favorites.
My favorite subcategory for dumbass of the day, one of my favorites, is cop impersonator. These never go well when they meet the real deal.
How pathetic can some people be?
You ever get pulled over by the cops, huh? We've all been pulled over by the cops, huh? It was okay in the old days, right? Remember the old days? Cop sneaks up behind you. They have that nice soothing siren. It's like, woo! You transition over to the curb, nice and easy, right? Nowadays, they sneak up behind you. You get this, you're like, whoa! What the hell does he want me to do, man? You pull over, all you can hear is you're waiting for Curly from the Three Stooges to walk up to your car and poke you in the eye.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
This is something I totally could see you doing, or the people that are cut from your cloth. And those people, I mean, the ones that are not just live PD fans, but enthusiasts, you know? The ones that are always watching Cops or live PD. And that's pretty much on 90% of the time at your house.
What is it? What are you trying to say? What would we do? Pull somebody over?
Yeah, you would impersonate a police officer, yes.
Well, here's the honest truth. When I was younger and I had my lowrider, I had a wigwag switch put in. And the wigwag is remember the cops always had their headlights would alternate when they would be chasing somebody? And so I had a button where I could make my headlights do that. And I would hit my alarm and I'd go, and then I wouldn't actually pull them over. I would just pull them over. I'd go around them. Or they'd pull over and I'd go straight.
Did you have anybody chase you down and threaten you with your life?
No, because it was always done at night.
Right,
and
but when I see
that it's silhouette.
That it's a lowrider that's passing me, I'm pretty sure that's not a police officer. Florida man got his hands on a phony police badge, but it was a very believable one. So what Matthew Joseph Harris was doing was he was amusing himself with a one-man game of cops and robbers. But what he would do is he would turn on red and blue lights, so he took it a step further than the wigwag. Yeah. And he was pulling people over and then telling them, just kidding, afterwards.
What's the point?
April Fool's Day or whatever, I don't know. Or maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't, okay? He pulled over a undercover police officer the other day in Hillsborough.
Yeah, that's not good.
This happened in Florida. Now, he might have gotten away with a warning for the silly prank, but then the real deputy said, you know what? What you're doing is very illegal, but let me check out your car. The guy's like, okay, fine, whatever. Check out my car. He's being cool with him. So you want to be a cop, huh? I'm a cop. I like being a cop. Let me check out your car. Well, he found in his car that he had an illegal airsoft gun tucked underneath the passenger side seat of the vehicle, which now they're thinking he may have used.
You're right, because they look like real guns.
Yeah. He may have used that in trying to commit a crime while impersonating a police officer. So now they've arrested him, and they're also asking people who might have crossed his path in the last several days to come forward with their stories so they could possibly get him on more charges if he was doing it in a way to be, I guess, with bad intentions.
Yeah, so there's apps you can download.
What?
That will turn your phone into a red and blue flashing alternate, police thing, like they have in the window, when you stick it, they have their lights inside the car. And you can, yeah.
No.
But that's dumb.
That's not going to work from, outside the car, is it? If you have it in your car and you're behind me.
And I put it up, and it's dark, and you just see red and blue in your rearview mirror, you're like, oh, crap, I'm getting pulled over.
No, I'm not going to think that's going to work.
If you looked at your rearview mirror and you saw a red and blue light flashing behind you, even if
off of a size of an iPhone, smartphone app,
smartphone,
yeah. Off of a smartphone, I'm not buying it.
I've seen it.
Maybe if it was a supersized tablet or something, I don't know, and it was. So what does it do? How bright are these red and blue lights?
It's just it strobes red and blue like a police light.
I don't know if anybody's buying that.
Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe you just keep doing it till people pull over. And maybe you
I like how you say.
And then it's got sirens on there too.
Apparently, there's an app on your phone.
Well, I've had it on my phone
because you were impersonating a police officer.
I've never impersonated a police officer. Just when I was younger, I would turn the wigwag lights on to go around people. But that was
Why do you
in
get so
Washington
excited when
State
JW comes in?
30 years ago.
Okay, so you're trying to set a timeline that the
Or
statute of
20-something years
the statute of limitations has been passed on this, right? That's what you're trying to do?
Hey, when I go on ride-alongs,
Mr. Matthew
JW lets
Joseph Harris.
me operate the spotlight on the passenger side. I get to shine it right in their face. It's awesome. Right in the rearview mirror. Take that, man. You get pulled over, bitch.
Such a nerd.
That's my way of that's me in the back.
Probably not.
Then I get out of the car, and he's like, Jeremy, get in the car. No, I don't get out of the car.
Like, seriously.
I never got out of the car.
Like, JW
I
is
wanted
the
to, but
nicest
no.
police officer I've ever met in my
He
life.
is. He's always giving everybody warnings. I'm like, write him up, dude. Write him up. He's
And
like, nah, we're going to give him a warning.
He has the biggest a-hole ride-along companion. Which is like a recipe for disaster.
I shave off the beard. I just have a mustache. I put on the aviators. I'm like, write him up.
Then he goes over to one side of the car, and then you sneak around, and then you pop your head up.
Hey, dude. They
What's the
don't know-
problem here, dude?
Listen, when I'm in there with the patrol car, I could be his boss. You know what I mean? Doing an evaluation. They don't know what's going on up there.
That's
They're getting
true.
pulled over.
That's why
they
you
just
dress-
see a guy back there with a mustache and aviators and then pointing his finger. They know. They know what's going on. They know.
Are you from the county or something?
Exactly. Watch yourself, bitch. Get written up.
You so bad want to be a cop. It's
Not really.
It's hysterical.
It's just fun to play one on the weekends sometimes.
Right, until somebody turns the tables on you, and then you're like,
Oh, they did in Mojave County.
Just like Matthew Joseph Harris, who had the tables turned on him. You would learn your lesson one day. You're Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
My favorite thing to do in college was to drink next to the door, because whenever an attractive girl would come walking into the bar,
used to do this. So embarrassing. And it worked like 9 out of 10 times it wouldn't work, but that one time it worked, I was just like, no way.
Yeah.
And it would be a super attractive. Oh, really? Oh, okay. And next thing you know, she's sitting there talking to you.
So what I would
Her
do
friends
is
have gone off, and I'm like, oh, okay, he got the slow one.
I would card them. When they walk in the bar, I'm like, sorry, I need to see your ID. Like I was the door guy.
Holding a beer. In a hockey jersey. I mean, what?
So not only were they attractive, they were extremely dumb.
Yeah, they were. But it didn't matter. You were just looking. You weren't looking for the full package. You were in college. You were just looking for, half.
Weirdly enough, it worked on blondes every time. Yeah, that was my favorite thing. But I would always get caught by the bar. Like they'd be like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
I'm just checking her ID, man.
just acting like I'm your guys' door guy because I want to use it as a chance to pick up chicks.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
Stop that, dude. That's our job. We're here to meet the chicks.
Door guys were such douchebags. The real door guys, not the ones.
Well, if they weren't over
impersonating
playing pool, I wouldn't have to do their job for them. Rick writes in, he says, he was born in 1966, but when he was a kid, he was able to put whiteout on his license and make it look like he was born in 1960. So he was able to buy alcohol 6 years prior to when he should have been able to
he
buy.
must be good with the whiteout, because I remember that stuff that little brush was a mess.
Yeah, but IDs used to not be as legit as they are now.
True. I think a lot of people back then probably just didn't care.
One time he forgot that he had done it, and he got pulled over by a police officer for a California stop. And as the police officer was looking at his driver's license, he said, "How old are you really?" And as he was doing it, he was scraping off the whiteout on his driver's license. He says, "Listen, bro, don't do this again. This is a warning." And he let him off for the California stop and for the whiteout on the face. I guess what is that? Forging an identity? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be bad.
I know that you could get in a lot of trouble. Today, that would not happen. Today, you would get busted for that. Busted. But before recording devices and body cams and all that stuff, cops would be cool. Now they can't be cool because everything's documented. Everything that they do is documented. There's no way you give them a fake ID that they're going to be like, "Oh, I'm just going to let you off with a warning." It doesn't happen anymore. Not at all.
This used to be such a big thing, and now IDs, the technology has come so far. I would imagine that this isn't something that you deal with anymore. You know, I lost my job over somebody using a fake ID. I worked it as a server at a restaurant. It was late. It was very late. The whole restaurant was closed down, but these people came in and they wanted to get some daiquiris, and they showed me their Montana ID. I'd never seen a Montana ID. Hell, I was 21.
Yeah, you're like, all right, cool. Thanks for visiting.
Right. Shows me that you're 21.
Thanks for visiting the South Puget Sound. Whatever. You know, I would have done the same thing. I totally would have done the same thing.
How would you know? I mean, they both had Montana IDs.
Yeah.
And, then they had 2 younger girls join them, and apparently that was also a no-no, is they were drinking off the drinks. What am I, the freaking hall monitor?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I just brought them their drinks. I'm waiting on other people.
You have the balls enough to show me an ID. I'm going to be like, all right, cool, you must be of age. Here you go. Like, I would have made the worst real door guy in the world.
But we had a friend.
Good fake door guy if you're a cute girl, but a really bad door guy in real life.
We had a friend, probably, I was a little bit closer to him. His name was Jeremy. He managed a bar, but he was a door guy. And in his office at this bar that we would go to, he kept every fake ID. It was like a trophy.
Yeah.
And he had a whole wall. And then when he left the bar, he took them all with them, had them, he became a police officer, had them all framed, like one big giant sticker of, 100 IDs, and then framed and hung in his man cave. It's like his conquest. Like, loser. Like, this guy. I mean, this guy doesn't
That's
seem
actually
like
awesome.
a loser.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I should have done that with all the IDs I got. I'm sorry, this is fake. I'm going to have to keep it. No, it's not fake. That's me. Jerry says that he gave the police his brother's name instead of his name because
people probably do that all
he
the time.
didn't want to get in trouble, and he ended up having to go to the district attorney's office to fix that.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.